we've seen is that the clients are much more aware of the sustainability agenda, and we're trying to understand their sustainability agenda and work with them to achieve their targets.
I always see construction as you are leaving a legacy behind. The buildings we construct, the projects we develop will be around for a hell of a long time. I think it's important that the projects that we are involved with, from a social perspective, from a green perspective, from a financial perspective, are the very best they can be.
We've just won the Sunday Times Best Green Company Award, and we came top. We're the winner of all companies, all sectors, which is just a huge achievement.
I think there was always a feeling in construction and development that green meant more expensive. We've proved that's not the case. We've proved that green and being efficient and being sustainable makes good business sense.
From doing nothing in terms of sustainability, for our client, he will have a building that costs more to run, which won't attract the best tenants. At the end of the life cycle of the building, he won't have an asset that's as valuable to sell on the open market. So I think sustainability is becoming very, very important from a client's point of view for the value of his building.
Green thinking starts well before design stage. It's setting up the vision of what the designers need to even aim for.
I think Skanska is committed to a green vision. Whether it's yet found the way to have the dialogue with the customers, I think, is a remaining challenge, but it's a very exciting one, and I'm sure it can be done.
We are very busy and very fortunate to have some very good relationships with some major clients, and the good thing about that is you get a chance to improve over time. So something that was perhaps a bit experimental on the first one, and you were trying something new, actually could get embedded. You can certainly influence the materials you use, the amount of insulation you use, some of the techniques that you can develop to spend their money wisely for a very tangible benefit.
This is the Isaac Newton Academy, which we're building for London Borough of Redbridge. It's on a contaminated land site, which we've had to deal with as part of the scheme. And what we're building is a new school, 1,250 pupils, and we're building a super efficient, energy efficient building.
Our proposal was to achieve the set government standards for 2015 today. So we're ahead of the game. This school has the ability, with future developments in technology, to actually achieve zero carbon.
This is the SIPS panel, or sample of the SIPS panel that we're going to be using, which it's not, it's just insulated with OSB board either side, and this will come in great 3 metre by 3 metre panels that we just fix onto the side of the building, and that has advantages for us in terms of the insulation properties. It's super insulated, but also the air tightness. It provides the air tightness in the building that allows it to then be energy efficient.
We're monitoring our energy consumption. The very simple things, why were the lights left on overnight, monitoring those, PAR, so the lights come on as and when people are in the room, harvesting the rainwater to flush the toilets. Do we need to flush the toilets with drinking water? We probably don't. And those are the sort of things that we're putting into place now. And once we monitor it, we understand where the savings can be made.
So these are our green cabins, green cabins. They have double glazing on the windows and also extra insulation in the actual units themselves, which means that they don't get so hot or so cold and lose all the heat. They also have lights that turn off when they're not in use, and the water taps are push buttons, so it means that we don't waste our water.
We pride ourselves in being a learning organisation. I would expect us to learn something from every project we ever do and every project we ever finish. The key for us is to take that learning and to funnel that back into the organisation, where we can then use that expertise on new projects and new developments.
Well, our project at Brent is the real showcase for us. It's a great opportunity for the guys at Skanska to really demonstrate what they know and they understand with regards to BREEAM. To get BREEAM outstanding will be a fantastic achievement.
BREEAM is an environmental assessment measure. It's run and operated by the Building Research Establishment, and it's essentially a manual, a whole load of a checklist of things that a very green building will do. The level we're aspiring to, there's only 10 buildings in the entire world at the moment that have that registration. So we really are going for the highest level of certification out. It's something very special in our eyes.
What you see behind me is the start of the construction of the Brent Civic Centre project. We're using the expertise of not just of Skanska London South East, but we've got the expertise of Skanska Rashley Weatherfall, who we're working for in joint partnership. So having a look at the client's requirements, the client's brief, improving things for the client.
It's not just about building inside the hoarding line. We're going to be here for 2 years. We've been here for 6 months. We've got another 1.5 years to go. It's about engagement with the schools. It's about engagement with local people. It's about engagement with local communities. We want to try and get as many local companies involved, which is quite a new sort of concept, which doesn't really normally happen on construction sites. We're currently working on about 31% of the people you can see out there are local people. Normally you're probably going to hit about 10% local residents. So we're very much pushing for local people, local schools, local communities. We've got 2 work experience students turning up on Monday for 2 weeks. We're going to have apprenticeships all sort of sorted, hopefully with local colleges, local providers. We're not just construction anymore, it's sustainability, it's about moving forward.
We've an excellent level of achievement really if we look at health and safety. Historically we'd spend a lot of time on process and procedure and engineering controls, and that's got us a very good level of achievement and eradicated lots of the accidents. But what we're still finding is people, their behaviours, their choices they're making can actually create the accidents themselves. So now we're spending a lot of time speaking to the guys about what their choices are so they make the right decisions. If we're serious about getting to zero harm, that's the way we've got to go and get people to make the right choices.
We're really putting our focus now, all the really good work that we've done on creating BREEAM outstanding or BREEAM excellent buildings in the new development marketplace. We're taking that to the retrofit marketplace now. And actually only about 2% of the building stock in the non-domestic sector is renewed every year. So all of the existing buildings that are out there that are badly performing buildings is the place that you can have the biggest impact. Even the smaller to medium enterprises will only now move into really energy efficient buildings. The goal needs to be now to really start retrofitting smaller scale buildings and making them high performing assets, because that's what the tenants are demanding.
I think the way to inspire people is to actually empower them, to give everyone the knowledge of what they can do. The targets are always moving. To be green today when the technology changes, it's not the same of being green tomorrow. So it's always a moving target. It's continuous training, and we are always up for the challenge.
Environment Week's a great week. It's a shame we don't have 52 Environment Weeks a year. It is the opportunity for everyone to really show the good stuff and show off, and it's a bit competitive as well, which is a bit of fun, but this year has been a fantastic achievement.
We have a colour palette which clearly defines with tangible steps on how we're going to develop green construction. We know what green construction looks like, and we have colour palette workshops where we get real decision makers within the company. We have time out in workshops where they really analyse the products, processes to make small step changes in areas of energy, carbon, materials and water to get to the goal.
People want transparency, they want to know where your materials come from, they want to know you're reducing your waste, they want to know that everything you do, you're doing it the best for people and environment. And if you're not doing it, I think you're going to get serious questions.
We've got a very strong supply chain, and the enlightened ones going forward have to understand that to keep moving forward with Skanska, they need to come up with innovative ideas on the environment, and it's a selling point. It makes good business sense to be environmentally friendly, so our supply chain are coming to us with ideas that we share with our clients, so that the whole thing is sort of, what's the right phrase, it sort of generates its own sort of momentum really.
I have an absolutely stone-cold belief that unless you think about the green agenda, you won't build the best developments, you won't build them for the best price, and you won't attract the best tenants. So the good news is we're doing very well on all 3 fronts, which means that our buildings are successful, they get delivered on time, they get delivered within budget, and we do then attract the very best tenants with our clients.